Wrestling Grannies, 1954. '80s skier. On a black man in an advertisement for the James Bond film Goldfinger, 1964. William Baldwin and Cindy Crawford, 1995. The face of the First Chechen War, December 11th, 1994 to August 31st, 1996, in a photograph by American photographer Heidi Bradner. Jennifer Aniston and Brad Pitt at Courtney Cox's wedding in 1999. Voxmobile, 1967. This is the beginning of the world's strangest race, featuring a runner, a man with a dog, a bike, a motorcycle, and a couple of cars. Britney Spears at prom. Fitness coach Richard Simmons in his Mercedes 450 SEL, check the registration plate, 1981. The world's most dangerous cat, the Champwat tiger Nepal, 1911, killed 436 people. In 1929, the New York City Police Department expanded the motorcycle squad to include armoured motorcycles. They felt the need for this because of armed gang activity and criminals. Grenada, 1983. Yeltsin presents Putin with the pen with which he signed his resignation decree, 1999. Fountain in Greek style, 1910. A woman with a micro camera on her wrist, 1949. Zulu Chief, 1853. Brigitte Bardot in her hometown of Saint-Tropez, July 1967. Downed transmission towers from the 1998 Quebec ice storm. The Gemini 8 spacecraft and its crew, astronauts Neil Armstrong and David Scott, after returning to Earth, March 17, 1966, United States. facial acrobat Alfred Hyland poses during an exhibition in Glasgow, 1938. Germans plant vegetables in front of the Reichstag building, 1946. Schools out for summer, 1967, kids and teachers celebrate Hobart Boulevard Elementary Ula. Lunch with a Cheetah, Vogue, 1960. Lindy Mixon on a unicycle playing a guitar and smoking a pipe, April 15, 1957. A comparison between a woman with normal feet and a woman with bound feet, 1902. The ideal length for a bound foot was 3 Chinese inches, around 4 inches, 10 centimetres, in Western measurement. 2 sailors looking through a shell hole in the forward turret roof of the battlecruiser HMS Tiger, after the Battle of Jutland in 1916. Russian ballerina Anna Pavlova with pet swan Jack. Photographed at the Ivy House, London, 1927. An elephant in a travelling circus helps wash a car, 1950. Jennifer Aniston with her father, 1970s. The Royal Air Force commemorates the 20th anniversary of the Battle of Britain, 1960. Roller skating, 1955. Parsonstown Leviathan, a 6-foot telescope built in 1845. Nancy and Ronald Reagan among the Terracotta Warriors, China, 1984. Private Sergei Sayenko, sentry at a border outpost in the Arctic, 1982. Flight attendant school graduates in their new uniforms head to a celebratory banquet. Texas, United States, 1958. Brutal photo session of Czechists Don Governorate, 1921. The tug Caravel, Thailand, 1966. Donald Trump on the cover of Playboy magazine, 1990. Gymnast Merrill Rich performed stunts over Manhattan, August 27, 1951. Donut making machine, 1950s. Dental care for a soldier at Fort Riley Hospital, Kansas, 1905. British Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher at the Trinity Lavra of St Sergius during her visit to the USSR, 1987. Her Majesty's visit to the Exhibition of Art Treasures of the United Kingdom at Manchester, 1857. Echo 2 satellite balloon, 1964. Audrey Hepburn knits on the set of Unforgiven, Mexico, 1960. Women from the Shah's harem, Iran, late 19th century. This man is casually sitting at a beauty parlour, reading a magazine while a beautician gives him a hair and scalp treatment. Animator at work, 1950s. Bill Murray on the set of Meatballs, 1979. "15,000 Russian prisoners of war in German captivity stand in lines for bread in Augusto, Poland during World War I. February 1915. "1940. A man walking along Wolborska Street through the ruins of a synagogue destroyed by the Germans in 1939. Strongman, France, 1917. Loggers stand on the massive stump of a felled redwood tree nicknamed Mark Twain, California, 1891. "1967, boyfriend off to basic training, girlfriend standing on hydrant, a kiss at Los Angeles bus station." Coffee maker as an optional extra in a Volkswagen, 1959. Boeing 747 Lounge, 1970s. Captain Mickelson and engineer Iverson endured 28 months stranded in the Arctic after their ship, the Alabama, was trapped and destroyed by ice, while they attempted to recover records from Mylius Ericsson's 1906 expedition. Pilots in a car with a bear, 1915. Columbia University students against apartheid, 1984. Sailors of the battleship George V received their daily ration of rum 1910s. Alain Delon and Brigitte Bardot photographed by Sam Levin. A dog named Toggle competing in a 1-mile race at a high school in Champaign, Illinois in 1953. Teenagers at the Hamden Plaza Ghost Cars art installation in Hamden, Connecticut, 1978. A still-satisfied Iraqi President Saddam Hussein with an AKM assault rifle. Iraq, 1990s. Gas turbine hovercraft Sormovich, 1973 USSR. Captain Speedy and Prince Alamayehu, son of Emperor Tewodros II of Ethiopia, 1868. Chicago Art Institute's Halloween Ball in 1949. Elvis letting loose on his go-kart, 1965. United States Military Postal Service V-Mail, a World War II program that scanned letters onto microfilm, 1942 to 1945. Frontline Barber, World War II, 1941 to 42. Dancers from the island of Lefkas in Greece perform a barrel dance during the International Folklore Festival, 1963. Australian soldiers thrown by an explosion fall into a river with the wreckage of their boat, Papua New Guinea, 1942. All escaped with bruises and fright. Loading animals onto the armoured cruiser, Jules Ferry, 1900s. The abandoned battleship Admiral Graf Spee burns in the mouth of the La Plata, December 17, 1939, South Atlantic. Sophia Loren in Sweden, 1955. Boston Blizzard, 1930. Paul McCarthy with Jean Shrimpton, photo by Richard Avenant, January 1965. Baby Elephant Costco, brought to the GDR from North Vietnam, runs with German children. East Berlin, 1958. Fan Palm, Singapore, 1860s. An African-American middle-class family sits on a lawn in Georgia, circa 1899. Police in Dili, East Timor, assault a civilian who had urged them to intervene to stop a violent confrontation between a government-backed militia and pro-independence supporters, 1999. Jean Reno and Natalie Portman, 1994. Kate Moss in Nepal, 1993. An automat cafeteria in New York City, 1959. Students at the Agricultural Institute with milking chairs, Germany, Newdeck, 1934. Bill Gates unveils Windows 1.0, November 20, 1985, United States. Photograph of devastated and starving Chinese civilians in the Henan region, China, taken by American journalists. The expression on the girl's face says it all, 1942. Space Shuttle. Challenger lifts off from Cape Canaveral on June 18, 1983. Big Ol' Ape making a very important phone call. Natalie Wood by the pool at her home in Los Angeles, 1957. East Berliners gather at the demarcation line where West Berlin authorities distribute humanitarian aid to their Eastern brethren, 1953. Students at Hampton Institute demonstrate the Earth's rotation around the Sun during a practical lesson, 1898. Filming The Shining. It took Stanley Kubrick 127 takes to shoot this scene. French Special Forces capture Iraqi soldiers, Iraqi Desert, February 26, 1991, Gulf War. Uma Thurman and her brother in the 90s. On September 3, 1939, when Britain declared war on Germany, the Paperboys were one of the major sources in charge of delivering that news to the public. The first black model, Helen Williams, 1950s Cannes. A children's 18-seater cart pulled by a donkey in the grounds of the Royal Hospital, London, 1925. Bob Marley in Zimbabwe, 1980. On November 25, 1988, the heavy aircraft carrying cruiser Riga was launched, USSR. The Shah's concubine is about to smoke a hookah, Iran, late 19th century. Saddam Hussein at Ploshchad Vostania Station, Leningrad, 1970. (1943) Training a horse to dive at a ranch in Plainview, Texas. The Sausage and the Consumer, Helmut Newton, 1991. In 1911, this car, called the Overland Octo Auto, was built by Milton Reeves, the inventor of the muffler. Not one single person ordered his car. Amsterdam Punks, 1978. A fire-resistant suit with a hood and body armor for the American Women's Voluntary Service, United States, 1942. Robin Williams, 1996. Russian and Soviet bodybuilder, lecturer, film actor and poet Vladimir Goldschmidt hypnotizes chicken, 1923. Elephants from the Hagenbeck Zoo. Haul containers to a cartridge factory in Berlin, winter 1917 to 1918. From Ogoniok magazine, 1916. The photo shows soldiers of the Russian Empire holding German truncheons. The Germans used truncheons to finish off surviving soldiers after gassing. Crocodile hunting, 1870. Private First Class. Clarence Ayres reads a newspaper with news of Victory in Europe Day to German prisoners of war standing on a pier. New York, United States. May 8, 1945. Niagara Falls in winter, around 1875. Joan Baez and Jimi Hendrix get excited before a performance. United States, 1970. Brooke Shields speaks out against smoking, 1985. Leningrad May Day, 1925. Demi Moore, 1992. Smallpox patient in 1896 with the pox covering his entire face. The vaccine came out in the early 19th century, but the person in this photo was unvaccinated, and the disease hadn't been declared fully eliminated until 1980. Soviet ski troops at the entrance to the Hermitage during the siege of Leningrad in 1943. An early mobile phone used by a reporter, Kensington, London, 1983. Arrested gypsy fortune tellers, New York City, 1934. A former concentration camp inmate holds a human bone from a pile of other bones found in the Buchenwald crematorium, 1945.